right, and I'll let you introduce Team Empire, Lysander.
Alright, Team Empire, we have Yoki. Yoki on Empire Tidehunter with no cosmetics. We've always want to fly on that ancient apparition. Resolution playing that Invoker, whipping out the wizard hat, and we have Aloha Dance. This guy, his name cracks me up every time. Rubik.
It's great.
Rubik. He's gonna be playing Rubik, and Gyrocopter will be played by Silent. It's a 2-1-2. It would seem from Empire. Oh no, it's aggressive trialing.
Yeah.
I see the ancient apparition rotating. I'm not sure how Chilling Touch interacts with Gyro's flag, so we'll have to see.
I think you only do the bonus damage to the main target, is my guess.
Ember Spirit does apply to everyone so long he has attacks left.
Yeah. But because the other ones aren't really actual attacks per se, but I'm not sure. We'll maybe see that in a second here. But
exploits.
Rubik AA kind of hiding off to the side.
I don't see the kill potential in this tri-lane though, and aggressive tri-lanes that fail, you tend to just die.
Yeah. And as far as the 1v1
NS
matchups,
hits that level, man, it's just snowball all the way. You don't want to be under level when NS hits that nighttime.
This is one of the few bad matchups for Tide in a 1v1. He's going to lose all his damage. If he goes in for anchor smashes, Razor suddenly gets a bunch of bonus damage, and Tide can last hit a bit using anchor smash, but it's not really a lane he wins. Mid lane, pretty even matchup, I'd say. And then, yeah, you kind of mentioned the tri-lane versus tri-lane. We'll have to see who's going to be getting the actual kills off of this one, but
how are you going to get anywhere close with a Coddle?
Yeah. Trailing into Coddle is not fun.
Yeah,
and they're just going to go immediately into
Witch Doctor is no fun already. You have two.
Yep.
Alright. Oh, we'll see. NS did get some buffs to base damage, I believe, so right-clicking, easy peasy. 67, level 1, level 2. That's pretty high, I think.
Yeah, with the 2 branches, but yeah, that's insane, so... We'll see top lane. Support's going to rotate up here. I think Empire realize these lanes are not good for them. They're getting... Basically, all 3 lanes, I'd say we're losing, apart from mid lane, maybe, which is a bit of a even matchup.
It doesn't eat it TP. So he says, alright, I'm taking over the shift from here. And Phobos going to head up top. Does delay his boots though. No, he says, I'm sticking around.
Aloha needs to be careful. He may get scouted by FNG. He's walking in, he's been pinged out, and gonna get just right-clicked a couple times, so nothing much more of it. Rubik just rotating top lane as well. It looks like both teams will transition into kind of defensive lanes after these early offensive tri-lanes.
Resolution, he is still saving that. Saving the orbs, not really thinking about what to skill up just yet. Quas Wex or Exalt Quas, do you think?
I think we're seeing more Quas Wex with the control lately. I think this is a good Quas Wex game. We'll go for the Orchid Rush and go from there. Mid lane,
Aloha Dance, this could be good.
Supports are nearby, but they're looping around. Yeah, the damage is a struggle. Only Cold Snap. Because Mag went 2 in Quas, he doesn't have Tornado or anything yet.
Get the Exort, I think.
He needs one more creep. He's going to go in level 4, it looks like.
Exort. Get the Exort.
I think he's going Wex. I'm going to hate to break it to you.
There we go. Oh, I think it's a kill.
He didn't get level 4, but...
Come on, bro. That's a kill. One. Good old burst. Oh, got him.
Just barely. That was no uphill miss.
Value blades of attack right there.
He's like, where was my uphill miss, man? Top lane, Illuminate gonna miss. Silent may try turn and fight, but DK Phobos is the one he's fighting, and that's not the hero you want to be right-clicking. That taking the flat damage. Lil gonna salve himself up, and FNG, one last Illuminate. Kills the Gyrocopter, goes down himself. Lil just gonna man-fight against Always Wanna Fly, and we'll get a 2-for-1 trade in favor of VP Polar, but here comes the rotation. Aloha Dance going to show up with a Fade Bolt. He's not got the damage to out DPS the Voodoo Restoration though. Here comes an Illuminate, and he's not going to kill the cask. Going to end the fun, and it's a 3-for-1 trade in the end at top lane.
Who would have thought Witch Doctor? Such a tanker.
He just mans up. That just level 1 Voodoo.
That's the most value, I think, for that mana to health ratio. He just sits there, drains his tank, and just looks at you.
You think you got the kill, and he's just laughing in your face. Yeah. DK Phobos just throwing nukes out with the support of the chakra from the Keeper of the Light, and
it's a refreshing draft, I would say. We need to name this. It's the weather draft, I think.
The weather draft? Yeah. How so?
Because you have day and night and you have
Oh,
lightning.
weather. I thought you said wetter.
Oh, okay. Weather.
Yeah.
Singaporean tongue. Lazy tongue. But it's nighttime. Silence
Yeah.
in trouble. Oh no.
Rocket Barrage, one of the better spells to have against the Night Stalker, but Night Stalker can kind of kite around it. He throws a nuke, backs off when you Rocket Barrage, and play around it to some extent.
And this is why Caudle is so annoying. You try and stack, you're stacking for him.
Yeah, he's just going to keep on coming
like
in
tanks,
and poking, prodding.
I'm telling you, this Aghanim Scepter is going to happen. It's the vision, the map hack strat.
Gets himself some more farm, and Phobos just going to keep on nuking as well.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that the main buff that Keeper got was this chakra buff, so it just costs less mana to use it.
Yeah.
In general,
yeah.
so you can,
that's really big because you have times where you
nice.
just have no mana to
Yeah.
chakra up.
It's always that like, oh god, I need a chakra myself, and then you can have the next chakra. But now it's like, okay, it doesn't cost too much mana. I can use it on you first if you're going to go in for a kill, and then worry about my own mana later on. Silent, top lane. Here comes the burst damage, Illuminate, not going to hit, but it hits the support! They made the wrong decision there. Should have just gone for the backline and Phobos.
Oh, good juke. TP
Okay.
support coming in, Invoker. Cold snap. They might get it. Nah.
I don't think so. He's got a Salvazor
Doctor
Tornado. Illuminate comes back in. Aloha goes down. Silent also low. And the cast going to chase him down. Resolution now in a bit of trouble. He's got a big creep wave on him, but he's going to shrug that one off and look to keep on chasing FNG.
Illuminate.
That Voodoo Restoration. Illuminate! Resolution! He's just man fighting. Cask in 3 seconds. Can he get the wand off? If he gets, no, he's going to go for the Voodoo instead.
He's buying time. Yeah, he's buying time. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Night Stalker. He could make it back in time. Nope.
Does he dive in this? No, he's not. Aloha's like, dude, get back. Stop. Let's just chill. This is Russian Dota, but let's not go full Russian Dota.
Russian Dota, I've always described it as a bar fight.
Tower is under attack.
We'll see who gets more aggressive here.
Meanwhile, Illidan just free farming away bottom lane. 29 CS, 22 denies to the 10 CS of the Tide.
Russian Dota, you don't look at CS, man. You just look at kills.
Yeah, well, the kills happen in these other 2 lanes and these other 4 heroes, but then you have a player like Illidan who's like, I'm not going to play your style. I'm going to just sit here and farm while my team creates space for me. And he's kind of going to be coming out of the woodwork soon and offering a lot to this VP Polar team.
Illuminate spam is annoying.
Yeah, that's some
These supports might need to get Tranquil Boots. Might. They might. I don't know if they'll get that desperate, but you know, somehow. I know a lot of people ask for it, but the face boots change really irks me. I don't know why. I use a lot of face boots, and this flipping of the image really makes it hard for me to focus. Sometimes it's like, oh, this doesn't look right.
Volvo, please revert.
Yeah, this game's
So
unplayable.
Silent, struggling to get any time himself, has fallen back.
Always want to die. Well, he's like the highlight guy, because these guys are the memes.
And bottom lane too at the same time. Tide! They bring down the Razor. That's a big kill to be getting. That Razor was
no
getting out of
rabbit used
control.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good kill.
So, good Resolution so far has been doing a lot to keep his team in the game. His rotation top and now bottom lane to kill the Razor. Making the plays happen.
Yeah, he's back in mid lane, trying to get more plays going. And the good thing about VP Polar is if they get on that place where they have the grip on Empire, or I would call it grip, you know, using arm wrestling terms. If they get the grip on them, they can just push it down with the chakra constantly refilling the Death Prophet's mana and stuff like that. They can keep pushing over and over. Refill Witch Doctor's healing. A lot of things as well. Double damage Yoki. Gonna see the Death Prophet. No one in the position to gank actually, so not gonna happen. No shadows for Phobos, so...
Mac's been struggling a bit mid. He's out-farmed by a roaming Invoker and also has the death to his name, so... Not normally the mid play for this VP Polar team, and I think some of that discomfort may be showing.
Illidan is going for Pipe. I don't think Vanguard, but you know, it might be Pipe.
Yeah, I can't see it being a Vanguard unless he really wants the Crimson Guard. But
Pipe helps you push, right?
Yeah.
So it
I think
be
the pipe pretty solid
here comes
choice
the roam
here.
again. Here comes the roam. Illidan, no, bye.
Yeah, nice tornado. Don't think they need a Ravage. Maybe save it for the TPs in. Illidan has 10 stick charges.
They're faithful. He's not gonna waste them, I think. Resolution, killing spree. Like you said, these rotations.
Resolution. Phase drums going very early game centric with this. Could go back for the Orchid still. But wanting to get... I think he realized how much he needs to fight now. And if he tried to farm an Orchid, it would take him too long before he could actually help his team out.
Oh, the roaming has been great so far. Aloha dance. He's been trying.
This Invoker has been roaming all across the map and is by far the most farmed hero in the game. So he's still getting his CS and is up there with the top CSs as far as the raise is concerned, but making up for it elsewhere in the kills and everything else he's getting for his team. So we'll have to see. This next nighttime for VP Polar is going to be very important for them. Phobos needs to go big.
Yeah, Empire needs to clump up. They have the... They have the Titan
not gonna say... Oh, it will! The tornado! Catches two! Even gets up a Fade Bolt from the high ground. Resolution! Making the plays once more!
Gandalf takes a fall. And yeah, the drum's face boots really gives him a lot of mobility. He just scoops on through and...
I think he was going to get another right click off and kill the Rubik. He just needed one more right click, and even with the haste rune, he was in range for it until the tornado came in.
Oh god, check out the vision.
This is so sad. The darkness vision. This tiny little circle.
Why do I buy wards for? Now
yeah, I mean that's gonna be the new thing in pub games. Support's like reversing Night Stalker. I'm not buying wards. They don't do anything. And again, they're gonna smoke bottom. Illidan will not see this coming. He thinks he's safe. He's like, I've got a lane ward. They can't gank me.
Ancient Apparition has 52% health, 54% mana. Thanks a lot.
That's your hashtag stats for today.
Illidan, bye.
Goodbye, sir.
I think he just puts down his keyboard and... Okay, back to the fountain for me.
Man, Lil's like, okay, I gotta TP and try help out my buddy, but it's too late. Can't do anything, and Resolution gets even more out of his Invoker. Picks up a Staff of Wizardry now, so probably gonna see a 4-staff, but... Fuel's good. Dagon, sure, why not? Let's go Dagon.
Yeah,
I want to see a Dagon. You're owning it up. He has mana problems though.
Yeah, Aloha has been going along with these ganks, and because Razor is a solo hero, he's been giving a lot of EXP to the Rubik as well. So yeah, Rubik hits 6 now, and it's very good. A lot of supports, I think. Was it Aoi or I think someone mentioned it before that some supports need to be played greedily, and I think the support players that play greedy are sometimes rewarded really highly. I think Kuroki used to be one of these supports when he was still a support on Navi. He just knew where to find all the farm. I believe EGM was one of more of them.
Yeah, EGM for
they
sure.
They just knew where to find the items, where to find the farm, and they just happened to have all of them.
Well, Silent's been using all this space to catch up in the jungle. Stacks all over, using the cooldown, using the level 4 flak as well. He's got multiple stacks in multiple locations, and this is the catch-up for him. There's nowhere safe top lane, but here comes the rotation through. I think VP Polar have a pretty good idea of what he's been up to, but Silent, he's going to hide, although it looks like he may have his stacks stolen. Observer Ward goes down, and it looks like, yeah, Keeper Light going to blast it. And actually catches Silent with it. That's going to be a dead gyrocopter.
My golems? Nah, nope.
Yeah. Invoker cannot do much about that. Invoker with a 4-staff. I like this item build. Like, normally you think the Orchid as the go-to build, but against a Night Stalker, it's just not quite as strong, that build. The 4-staff you can always use even when you're silenced up. The drum's movement speed. You've got 2 items which give you movement, will give you mobility, and then can also be used even when you're being chased down by a Night Stalker and silenced up.
You wanna check out with that plasma field? Yeah.
He's gonna be dancing his way to the grave, it looks like.
Yeah, he is.
Phobos is gonna chase pretty far for this one,
dance,
but...
Dance. Nope. Plasma.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah. He tried. You ain't in Hawaii anymore.
Trying to get this bottom tier 1 tower, and may do so because VP Polar is sticking around mid. We'll see, maybe just him spam out this lane here. But they're going once more into the jungle. Exorcism, VP Polar trying to now start using their 5-man. We haven't really seen Mag get too involved yet, and deciding now is the time to get with it. Using this Night Stalker plus Death Prophet kind of death ball push.
Ravage cooldown could be pretty big.
Tornado could set things up as
Radiant's
well.
bottom tower is under attack.
FNG.
You've got to avoid those Illuminate. So if you start the fight like half HP because you get hit by an Illuminate, it's problematic.
Can get really troublesome. Has Yoki shown his Blink Dagger yet?
I don't think so. I think this is a surprise factor still going on.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's gonna probably reveal it sooner rather than later. Wants to make something happen, and
Radiant's bottom
we'll see bottom T1 tower get denied by Illidan. He's just picked up the casual ring of health and going back for what looks to be a BKB. This game has not been one of Illidan's better games. He's
Aloha dance. Needs to carry TPs. Oh, getting slowed down there by the ghost. Urn of Shadows? Yeah, it will take him over.
Let the Urn do the job.
Yeah. Ashes with your friends. For a moment, I thought the ghost was gonna slow him enough. But no. Oh, Night Stalker, BKB first. No fun.
Yeah, I like the build. I like the Vlad's Rush, which I think it's TC for Fire's been doing. I think that's pretty good. I think the Tread's Midas as well. If you want to go late game, you need to get like a Midas too, but I think Midas is a bit optional, but
Let's see. NS doesn't have to worry too much about popping darkness anymore. I think that's one of the good things. He's using one of the voids to soften up Silent. If Silent gets too close, he could be finished off.
I mean, the BKB does counter all of Empire. I mean, we talked about Silent being just a magic damage dealer, and right now, cooldown is most of his damage because he is so far behind on farm. So, I mean, from that point of view, you're going to be blocking 90% of Empire's damage with a BKB, but getting it this early means it's going to be, if you go to a late game scenario, you're going to have a 5-second BKB, which is not what you want against this kind of a draft.
Oh, Aloha Dance. He had a good start. Oh man, blown up.
That first damage is too real.
Oh boy. Light and darkness combined. You're destroyed right there. Oh, Gyrocopter, he's having one of those games where like you just resign yourself to fate, drag that BKB into your side shop, quick buy.
VP Polar ahead by 5,000 net worth, so a very important game. These two teams both sitting on about 3 losses, I want to say, in Starladder, and both of them in the race for that top 4. They're kind of both just on the edge, and there's a good chance whoever wins this will be going to Kiev, and whoever loses it may not be going to Kiev, so very important match for both teams.
So Empire and VP Polar both have a good chance to qualify?
At the moment, but whoever loses it could be in a bit of trouble. We'll see Mag get picked off. This Death Prophet 0-3 has okay farm, but
not his
has
game.
not managed to have
the same way it is in Gyrocopter's game.
Yeah,
nor
the
game.
Gyro and Death Prophet are both in struggle.
Razor as well. Up, Koto. Wow, Resolution landing these big ultimates.
That's a mech though. This is a farm Coddle. FNG will still die.
Watermelon sits on his face. And always want to fly. Once again, Space Makes to the side there. Yoki, Batman's coming in. Resolution has to be run away really quickly. 10 seconds left on that 4-star. He has to TP right after. And will he get close enough? Yes, he will. There's going to be cold snap. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Go on the low ground plasma field. He goes down. Big streak to take as well. Phobos, mega kill.
That's a huge kill.
That's a
VP
BKB
Polar. I mean, they were already ahead on farm overall, but they just shut down one of the bigger Empire heroes. They've managed to keep Gyro down all game long, but now ending the Invoker streak and showing him who's boss, that's going to go a long way right now.
Not using the drum charges might have cost him there.
Yeah.
He just needed a small bit of time to force-stop himself to the low ground. Terrycraft, but you know, could have mattered. Could have.
Yeah, well, I agree. Yoki gonna try to do some stacks.
Has there even been a Ravage this game?
I don't think we have seen one.
Yeah, now BKB's done, so Phobos is just gonna walk in and bat aside the tentacles.
Double BKB is basically done. Illidan just needs 200 gold and he's got his BKB,
Casual
so this is this is not going to be easy for Empire.
He was just trying to build up that hood and then he keeps getting ganked. I was like, okay, I'm getting a BKB. You guys can go protect yourself from magic another time. And Death Prophet's been really shut down. Forced to go for drums instead of the eels first for more stability.
Well, that's the crazy thing. VP Polar have had Death Prophet and Razor both at least somewhat shut down and having a bad game, but even so, they're still ahead by a big margin on overall farm. So they may be struggling on a few of their core heroes, but Gyro's struggling harder, and Razor still won his lane. Even though Razor's been ganked 3 times, he did win his lane ultimately.
Yep, and Keeper brings in Razor to push the lane. And yeah, we haven't talked about this Keeper's constant relocation, so if the Keeper gets a good enough amount of farm, especially with egg items, he could be anywhere, bring people in to gank. So if it's, say, it's about nearing nighttime, pull in the Night Stalker for a quick gank, you know, stuff like that. You can never be too sure where the enemies are.
Now, for me, VP Polar I think is seeing pretty good right now. We haven't seen the Death Prophet do much, but that can so quickly change.
Cameras off.
Yep. No vision for you, Team Empire.
This is gonna be fun.
Where the ward's at?
What ward? This guy is just looking out for himself now. 2M dark friend. Oh, BKB. Yeah, BKB. There we go. Resolution might have made a mistake. Forced off. Oh, they bait out a BKB.
Okay.
That's a win.
They will have to give the top tier 2, it looks like. Although maybe they could look to fight it. Blink Ravage available. Smoke has been used on the Tide still, so he's not going to be scouted out by any Observer, although there isn't any on this clip anyways. And just trying to securely get this tower using the Exorcism Glyph going to wear off.
Do they want to fight
the
though? They are blind.
Yes, Blink Ravage catches out just Mag, and they're going to try to blow him up. They do succeed in doing so. Illidan with a BKB himself and silence the poor Gyrocopter. He's in Struggle Town. Great Death Ward from Lil. Perfect position. They've killed the Gyrocopter, but nothing more. And Illidan with his BKB wearing off. Great Tornado from Resolution into an Anchor Smash. The burst damage is real. Phobos lifted up, brought down, and Lil trying to bring down a low hub. Will get him with the cast. One more right click. One more right click. He's going to get it. But they're going to lose 5. At what cost? Always Wanna Fly gonna die to the Maledict. That looks like this Witch Doctor is balling out of control, but his team, not so much.
Yeah.
5 for 3.
Resolution puts 3 guys in the ground, so 3,600 gold. Wow, this guy can get himself that Dagon you always wanted, my friend.
On the Invoker.
Yeah.
What's he got? He's got an
you did talk
ultimate
about that, you know, baller. Well, he could go for his Orchid now, I think. But would you go for Orchid? There's 2 BKB carriers.
No, he's going for a Hex or Linken's with this ultimate orb. Probably a Hex, I want to say, but
Linken's is too easily breakable.
Yeah.
With the Eels, with the...
There's nothing you need to block with this game anyways. There's no lasso, there's no like big single target spell to block.
Yeah, I think you get Hex, building that ultimate orb for stats for now. But...
That's a big worry for VP Polar, that fight, because that was their 2 10-second BKB fight. That should have been one of their best team fights of the game. You have 2 10-second BKBs, Empire have no items on Gyro, and you just get team wiped.
Something ancient apparition thing.
Yeah.
Oh no! Forced to use another BKB charge, I think, yeah. And Resolution? Maybe this time he doesn't run away.
Okay.
Yeah.
This could be worth it. They get out of the cooldown slow. Phobos is going to need another Void Swap.
No, they dust him. He's dead. No or not. They get out of position.
Resolution too fast, too furious. He's just... This Invoker movement speed. He used his drums charge, Lysander. He's listening in, and...
Yeah.
We'll see Illidan if he can get out of this one. He's in trouble. Yoki going to blink forward. No relocate out.
Well, spits in his face, and down he goes. So, well, I would say that's dive. That's not something you should have been doing.
Oh, Coddle. Is he bringing someone in here, or what's the plan? He's going to just man fight against Resolution, Blinding Light. Try TP himself out. They need vision. They got vision. Plasma field available, not even needed.
Ring round the Rosie. And Aloha Dance just comes in, collects the uncharges.
Here comes the Ball and Witch Doctor.
Oh, man. Where does this guy come from?
Oh no! He cancelled his Death Ward! Oh,
does Aloha Dance go down? Yeah, I think
Ern is not going to heal him at all. Yeah, he's dead.
This Witch Doctor.
Ice Blast. Dude, Resolution just still going nuts on this Invoker. He's 9-1 now. They lose both supports. I gotta say, this Witch Doctor is impressing me, even if he did end up dying there. He should have kept going with that Death Ward. He could have done some serious damage to the Invoker.
He's 5-2 and 7, man. You can't blame this support.
No. You can perhaps blame this Mag Death Prophet, which has been pretty abysmal this game.
Feeder mid.
0 and 4. Yeah.
Report.
Once you start falling behind, we saw that top tier 2 tower. They just go in him. They don't care if he has Exorcism on. They just blink Ravage and Ice Blast, and you're dead.
He's going BKB.
You're done for.
think it's pretty mandatory at this point. It's a tough game whenever you fall behind as DP. You just get very demoralized. You get crushed very easily. But if you're ahead, you start taking towers and everything's pretty good. It's still a while before he gets his BKB though, so he has to be more patient when it comes to farming. Don't rush it out there.
Oh, Mag.
And get himself killed.
That BKB could be even slower now.
Oh boy. Oh, missed that tornado. No running away.
Doesn't matter.
Guys. I haven't paid the deposit for this yet.
Did I hear us?
So Resolution is going to have a Scythe of Vice very
BKB
shortly. That's the thing. Silent, he's struggled. He hasn't done much this game, but he can a good kind of catch-up farmer with stacks, which we've kind of seen a bit of. Although he is still behind, I guess you could say. And for VP Polo, it's a different draft, but so far this draft of theirs has not really succeeded too much.
Yeah,
I guess they were ahead in farm for a long time,
actually.
but
it's just Invoker making plays.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Resolution is hands down MVP already. Should Empire win this game? There's no question about that in my mind.
The space has been made.
Dire's top tower has been.
That's the thing. He's creating all this space, and like Silent, he's still not that farm, but Resolution has.
He'll get there.
If it wasn't for Resolution, he would like have an ogre club right now. No BKB.
Oh, Resolution.
Yoki is farmed out of his mind, all thanks to this Invoker as well. Those multiple ganks on the Razor saved his lane, because he had 10 CS to the Razor's 30 CS.
The Resolution is showing the world that a single player can make a big difference. It starts with you guys. Stop blaming your teammates. And the Scythe of Vice, it will be pretty huge if he can get a Hex on the Night Stalker before he gets his BKB off. Stuff like that. I mean, it's really strong. He can force in, hex him up, catch him out while he's still down, link in the Ravage, keep him chain stun actually.
And now you're at this stage where VP Polo can't push, can't really teamfight against a Blink Ravage and a BKB Gyrocopter, not to mention the Scythe of Vice you just mentioned, so they're kind of forced to just sit back and farm their next couple of items. Farm up the Ags on the Razor, farm up Death Prophet's BKB, farm up Phobos' Aghanim Scepter. When they get those items, they have a bit of a better chance, but right now they're in farm mode. Like, you don't really want to be in farm mode when you had a 5k lead earlier, and you have this kind of pushing lineup. With the Death Prophet, you want to be taking towers, not going late game. Night Stalker falls off. Razor's not bad late game. I mean, Death Prophet's okay late game, but I feel like Empire with the Gyro and the Tide Refresher Ultimate are going to have a far superior late game.
Yeah, they just need to bring on the map hacks, man.
Yeah, well, Phobos is going for his.
Coddle's got to step up.
I don't know about Coddle. Looks like Coddle's going to go for a 4-star.
Yeah, it's not stepping up to this game. Well, they turn off the lights again, and we'll see what happens. Any hanky-panky here from Phobos. No, they're just gonna scoot away.
Stacking shenanigans.
Empire are sticking together, so it's good for them. Oh wow, stack.
Yeah, missed that stack, but there was just too many golems for this party.
It says me. Don't really want to steal it from us.
Yoki's like, can I take this? Do I get to anchor smash this? And Jar's like, please no, please no.
I've had a terrible game. You're 5-0, I'm 1-5.
Yeah. And Yoki's like, okay. You can have it. This is Silence Yasha. I mean, Yoki's could get a refresher pretty soon, but there we go.
Teamwork.
Silent now. Has money for his Yasha. And the BKB still not up for Mag.
They're taking their own ancients as well. Resolution is just leaps and bounds away from everyone else in net worth.
Still, you get one good team fight from VP Polo, you kill the Invoker, and suddenly it's that big rubber band effect as things will maybe turn back the other way. Mag is going to be careful with where he's farming. Resolution has, I believe, found him and is on hot pursuit.
Okay. Nighttime.
Nighttime hits though, and this makes things a lot harder for Resolution. He's going to see the Night Stalker perhaps as well, although he may just go on the Night Stalker. Look for this kill. No.
Full feet. Oh, the Ghost Walk is causing trouble. They de-ward that Observer ward, so less vision for the enemy team for pickups, and Resolution still keeping his nose clean. 10-1. Clean enough.
And suddenly it's Empire, top 3 farmers in the game in terms of net worth, all on their side. They still, well, they're even. They've been behind for a long time on net worth, but they've brought it back now, and definitely from a strategical point of view, just have the much better team fight, the AoE synergy of the Tidehunter double Ravage, the Ice Blast and Invoker doing what he's doing. But VP Polar could use this vision advantage that Night Stalker gives him. We're going to see a Hex on a mag. Death Prophet is pretty fast though. That's a nerf to the Hex where it doesn't give you as low movement speed as it used to coming into play there. A wasted BKB from Illidan though, and it looks like Resolution wants to re-engage.
No dust. And he does. Nope, there's a pack on Witch Doctor. This could be a big fight. Oh, they catch the Night Stalker. Doesn't have BKB, but now he's still holding on to it. Now he goes back in. He's
pretty slow. That cooldown movement speed's slow. Really kicking in.
He really got right click down by Phobos. This guy hits so pretty hard now, especially with the Cypher Vice. It's not to be overlooked, especially if you're in here.
Forced to TP home and
wasting another BKB charge. I think that's what Resolution is doing. He doesn't want to blow his full set of spells if he knows he can't guarantee a kill. And sending you back home is even better because you have to go back and regen, unlike a buyback where you immediately spawn at your fountain and TP back to the nearest tower.
They force out both BKBs, and I think from Empire's point of view, they're like, wait, if these BKBs get down to 5 seconds, we win team fights. 2 Ravages, you could just wait out the 5-second BKBs, have your double Ravages, have your Ice Blast, have your Tornado EMPs, and soon he's going to get some Exort spells as well.
A meatball.
VP Polar cannot fight without BKBs. That's also why they're not contesting Roshan, because Illidan used his BKB last fight, it only just came back up, and the Night Stalker, his BKB is still on cooldown, so VP Polar could not contest Roshan, even though it's nighttime.
Alright, apparently there's a way to make the fight recaps a lot easier to read, because I tweeted earlier on.
There's a console command for it. Yep. I think it's a... Okay. Yeah, you can set how much information you want it to show, whether you like, because right now if you don't change it at all, it just shows like every single spell that was used. It will let you know if a Tengo was used during a team fight, which you probably don't want to know. I'm not sure. I haven't played around with it too much. Please give BTS team fight recap back. Phobos top lane. Gonna BKB, but that is probably not a BKB he was wanting to use. Down to 6 seconds now, and he's dead. Team Empire.
These games are really hard to read, you know. First of all, we see, oh, hey, VP Polar, they're gonna be crushing with his Night Stalker, blah blah blah, and then Empire takes the reins of this game, and then suddenly Empire is throwing for, you know,
got his BKB at least, but
caught him.
It's at base.
Receptor saves him for a while.
Resolution trying to make plays. Here's a Blink Ravage, catches out 4, and Illidan hexed up, did not get off his BKB in time. He's gonna be too low. Oh no! Disaster, boys. Mag is probably going to go down as well. His BKB still sitting back at base. Resolution has a cold snap. Goes for Lil instead. He BKBs, does not have mana to do anything really. He tries to BKB and right click. He's going to die, I think, with the cooldown slow. Turns in Maledict's Resolution, but the 4-star out will save his life. Oh dear. Disaster. After disaster after disaster.
And, well, it's not over yet. They still have a couple of towers standing. A lot of buffer time for them.
It's not over,
one thing that surprised me is that Witch Doctor has his BKB, but he does get a lot of kills here and there, so it shouldn't be too surprising, especially with the goal swing changes. If you die with a lot of net worth, you could be giving up a lot of goals. So Resolution has to be very careful not to die to the wrong guy. And we need 30 seconds.
As the horses are going to go flying and... Nope, go, sorry. Let's see that the push gets stalled by the Illuminate. This is the thing, Empire ultimately are going to have to go to the ultra late game, but they're going to be up against 5-second BKBs, but ending the game against Keeper Illuminate, never fun.
Yep, Yoki, building to his refresher op, he's very close, 700 gold from that, and once he gets that, it's double Ravage. I think the previous Ravage was beautiful.
Yep. Well, Aloha Dance support Rubik going to be finishing his 4 stuff soon. You've got Always Wanna Fly working on his Ag Scepter, so even the Dire supports not doing all too well considering we're 33 minutes. They're actually the bottom 2 farmers, and that's one thing where VP Polar have kind of spread their wealth a bit better. Witch Doctor making his own farm by getting kills, and then the Keeper of the Light, well, it's Keeper of the Light, 110 CS for FNG's Keeper of the Light. It just always happens when you're Keeper of the Light. You're countering pushes, you're spamming that Illuminate, you're going to pick up a good chunk of farm.
And Aloha Dance finishes his 4 stuff, so a little bit of escape maneuvers from him. I don't know, Phobos has an eye on him this entire game.
Yeah,
so
it's just anti-Night Stalker items.
3 and 6. You know, it makes you almost think, should he get a Blink Dagger, blink into the trees and hide instead?
Well, I guess the good thing with the Force Staff is you can use it if he's already like latched onto you with a Void. You can still Force Staff away if you're taking damage. And you can save teammates, but all this wraparound. Resolution sees everything. He's trying to avoid revealing himself. Doesn't want to actually hit him with the Ghost Walk. Does scout the BKB too. So he sees that Death Prophet has the BKB and will probably let his team know.
Oh, he can't deal with it because he does have gem. Keeper of the gem.
They want to get this tier 2 tower, it seems. 1 minute left on the Aegis. Demon Edge now for Silent, and well, actually Silent gonna pick up the
FNG
regen.
is going Ags first. No Force Staff for him.
On who?
Coddle?
On the Coddle.
Yeah, I see Mag.
He had a Staff of Wizardry earlier.
Yeah,
Look,
he
must
bought
have
an
sold
Ogre
it.
Club now, unless he's going for BKB, which
Yeah,
is not
could be.
happening. Yoki, getting Mono Leak. This is clever because he doesn't have mana for his Ravage
No
now.
Ravage! He's got one Ravage with the 1 charges probably. Nice Death Ward coming in, it's turned around, that's the Rubik Death Ward, they kill up 2, it's gonna be 3!
Oh,
Phobos
boy.
melts! They lose the gem it looks like, and oh my god, it's a disaster. 5 down, GG's
Whoa!
What? They even got the full mana leak on Yoki. He had
How did
just
Gyro
1
afford
Ravage.
that MKB all of a sudden?
Is under attack.
They win the fight with 0 Ravages basically, is how I look at that.
Yeah, Aloha dance, man. Look at it go. Aloha dance.
Turnaround Witch Doctor ulti, and I mean that wasn't even end of the day. VP Polar had no damage, had 5-second BKBs. Resolution, the MVP today, 11.8 fantasy points, but he helps Empire get themselves in a better position to qualify for the LAN finals here.
All tanks. You know, I think